I followed every recommendation: speech therapy, OT, behavior strategy, schedules, visuals, social stories. I left my law career to homeschool my autistic son because nothing else was working. And still, every night, I went to bed thinking, what if I'm still missing something? What if I'm still failing him? My son is 26 now, and we've come a long way. The panic I used to live in has softened into something more like a scar, one I carry with a lot of compassion for who I was back then. This one's particularly emotional for me, but I share it because I meet parents now who are in that same space, and maybe you are too, doing everything you possibly can out of deep, fierce love, but still feeling unsure, disconnected, and like you can't breathe. So I want to share what I wish somebody had helped me understand sooner, because I don't want you to wait as long as I did to feel at peace. I was operating from this unspoken belief: if I could just work hard enough, try enough things, learn enough tools, I could finally help him move forward and prove to myself that I wasn't failing. But looking back, I can see something that wasn't clear at the time. That drive to do more was partly, maybe even mostly, about me. It was how I coped with fear. Fear that if I stopped pushing, he wouldn't make progress. Fear that his challenges were somehow a reflection of my failure. And here's what's hard to admit. That frantic energy, the way I was constantly assessing, adjusting, striving, actually made connection with him harder. I was trying to meet all of his needs, but I was thinking about needs in terms of therapies and routines and external supports. The more I focused on what needed to be done, the more I lost sight of what needed to be felt. And somewhere along the way, I started believing something I didn't even know I believed at the time. That if I could carry more of the weight, maybe he wouldn't have to. That if I hurt enough, it might protect him from hurting, almost like pain was a zero-sum game. It wasn't conscious, and I certainly didn't choose it, but once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. That belief had been quietly shaping everything: how I gave, how I pushed myself, how I judged whether I was doing enough. And when I've shared this with other parents, I've seen the recognition hit, because that belief is right below the surface for so many of us. Because somewhere deep down, we've convinced ourselves that our pain is a measure of our love. But it's a painful trap, because I learned that the more I suffered quietly, the more disconnected I became from my son and from myself. We often assume that it's the autistic child who's creating the disconnection, that if they were more open or more regulated or more communicative, then connection would come naturally. But I came to understand that I, as a parent, had more power than I realized to shape that connection, not through force or control or fixing, but by stepping out of the frantic, fearful energy mode that I got myself stuck in. That mode, I call her the beast. It's that part of me that was always on high alert. And it's not bad, it's protective, but it can take over and block me from the heart-centered part of me that my child is actually trying to reach. If you're feeling like I was, like you're doing everything and still feel like you're falling short, please hear this. It's not that you need to do more. It's not about needing someone else to tell you what to do. It's about learning to trust yourself more. And sometimes the right kind of support helps you find your way back to that trust. Because when you feel safe, your child feels it. And when you're regulated, they have a better chance to be. And when you lead from heart-centered place, not the fearful one, real connection becomes possible, even in the hardest moments. This is what I help parents with now. Not just what to do when your child is melting down or refusing to cooperate, though that's very important too, but how to come back to yourself as the steady leader they need. If this spoke to something that you've been carrying, I hope you'll stay connected here. You don't need more pressure. You need space to breathe, reflect, and find your way back to yourself. So if that's the kind of support you're looking for, hit subscribe or check out the links below. I'd love to walk alongside you. This channel is here for you, not to give you more pressure, but to give you permission to parent from a place of strength, trust, and peace. I used to think that disappearing inside the pressure made me a better parent, but I've learned the more I stay with myself, the more fully I can show up for my children. I really hope this was helpful for you. I hope you'll hit the subscribe button, like the video if you like it, share it with others if you think it would help them, and I'll see you in the next one.